Well, thank you so much, Ken. It's great to be here this morning. Are you tired of speeches? No, there's so many more. By the way, how about our incredible leader, Keith Ellison, who shows us, as do all the Democratic AGs across the country, that we can fight this in the courts and win, but we've also got to fight it in the Congress and with our constituents by our side. You are going to hear from our great governor, Tim Walz, who you're a little bit familiar with, and you'll meet State Senator John Hoffman, who, with his wife Yvette, their daughter Hope, survived that horrific night of a massacre. And today we talk about Melissa and Mark and the loss, but we also remember those that lived. So Democrats, are you ready to get to work? Are you ready to win? Because I sure am. Are you ready to fight this power grab in places like Texas, where Donald Trump, Greg Abbott, and Ken Paxton and these rubber stamp Republicans are trying to stop voters from voting? And we want to thank Gene Wu for his incredible remarks and for coming here today. So today we tell the country that we stand with Gene Wu and we will fight Greg Abbott and Ken Paxton in the courts. And what do they say in Texas with their no cattle, right? Big hat, no cattle approach to democracy. When the people aren't with you, what do they do? They try to win by brute force. You know, in the old days, if a party was having trouble, if their agenda was out of sync, if their candidates were bad, you would change those candidates. You would change that agenda. But these guys, they're just trying to change the voters. And we are not going to just stand and let it happen. I lead the Freedom to Vote Act in the United States Senate. And I saw how close we were, 2 Democrats short. Those 2 states remember this. 2 Democrats short of passing that bill into law, which would have banned partisan gerrymandering. And the court said that we can do that. So while we wait to get this in place and put some national rules of the road in place, we will, as so many of our leaders have told you, we will not back down. We are going to stand with Governor Newsom and the state of California in taking this on, because we will not let them set the playing field. So I'm ready to fight for democracy. I'm ready to fight for those voters in Virginia and in New Jersey. And I'm excited to add those 2 incredible women governors into those states with Mikie Sherrill and Abigail Spanberger. 71 days until those victories. And as Ken has probably told you, we have already overperformed for all of those doubters out there in 36 of the 37 races where Democrats have been on the ballot. We have overperformed or won in those races. So I am not, I will declare this, part of the We Suck caucus, okay? I am just tired of this because we have a job to do.
Senator Amy Klobuchar delivered an energetic speech urging Democrats to keep pushing forward as Republicans ramp up their efforts to restrict voting and hold power. She began by praising Democratic attorneys general like Keith Ellison, who have shown that battles can be won in the courts, while stressing that the fight must also continue in Congress and at the grassroots level. Klobuchar took a moment to recognize Minnesota State Senator John Hoffman, his wife Yvette, and their daughter Hope, survivors of a massacre, reminding the audience of both the tragedy endured and the lives that were saved. She emphasized the importance of standing with those who have experienced loss while channeling strength into collective action. Turning to the political landscape, she criticized Republicans in Texas, calling out Donald Trump, Governor Greg Abbott, and Attorney General Ken Paxton for trying to suppress voters rather than improve their candidates or policies. Using the phrase, "big hat, no cattle," she argued that when a party cannot win fairly, it resorts to brute force and manipulates the system. Klobuchar underscored her leadership on the Freedom to Vote Act, highlighting the disappointment of falling just 2 Democratic votes short in the Senate. She reminded the crowd that the courts have already ruled such reforms possible and urged determination in continuing the fight. She pledged to stand with California and Governor Gavin Newsom as redistricting battles unfold, warning that Democrats cannot allow Republicans to set the terms of the political playing field. Instead, she called for national standards to ensure fairness in elections. Looking ahead, Klobuchar spoke with optimism about upcoming contests in Virginia and New Jersey, naming Mikie Sherrill and Abigail Spanberger as leaders ready to step into gubernatorial roles. She framed these races as part of a broader effort to secure democracy and expand representation, with just 71 days left until the votes are cast. Finally, she reminded her audience that despite criticism, Democrats have been performing strongly at the ballot box. Out of 37 races, Democrats have either won or outperformed expectations in 36. Rejecting defeatist attitudes, Klobuchar declared that the party has both the momentum and responsibility to carry forward the fight for democracy.